Hi friends, welcome back to our series all about freelancing. So till now we have seen a list of websites where you can apply for freelance work, and we also saw how to create your online profile and how to give a professional look to your resume. So let's say you have applied to all these job sites and a client contacts you for an interview round. So in this episode, we are going to look at few points that might help you to figure out, how to prepare for such interviews. So what all are the various points to keep in mind while you are giving an interview for a remote client. So yeah, let's get started. So the very first thing that you should do as a preparation is to know your company and your client better. So try to visit their website, see their line of products, what kind of domain they are into, what are the different products or services they offer, what is the kind of skill sets that they are looking for in the market, and what is it that they specialize in, what are their clients, and things like that. Also, if possible, try to look at how much of market capture they have and any kind of business related information that you think will be relevant for the work, for the job. How this helps is, if you are prepared with this, first of all, a client always likes a candidate who is well versed about the company, because that shows the candidate's inclination to join that company. So it definitely impresses them, and it's good for you also, because then you can see whether your overall career goals and the client's value system, or even their line of business, if they are in line or not. So also, it might give you some kind of a hint about the kind of job expertise that they are looking for, and whether you have any kind of relevant experience to that. If that happens, it will help you to keep such kind of relevant past experience that you had handy. So that whenever the client is asking you, they'll say that, okay, we need to create a product which requires some kind of video integration in a mobile app. If you already know about this and if you already have some kind of a past experience integrating video into a mobile app, then you can keep this kind of experience handy to talk about during the interview. So it's always good to know your client well. And before you get into the interview call, I'll also definitely try to bring out one thing, that please know that a client always looks for a freelance contract person, like a candidate, when they are looking for some kind of an expertise in their domain. Like only when they do not have that kind of an expertise in-house within their company, that they are looking for some kind, some freelance contractor to join in. There are other reasons also why they might be looking for, but this is mostly the reason that I have seen why a client looks for a freelance contractor. So always try to keep your skills up to the mark. Always be an expert in your area if you are looking for freelancing as a career option. Like if you're being a full-time employee, then you would have experienced this already, that after a while you kind of get into that kind of a comfort zone and you don't really pay enough attention to improve your skill sets as such. But being a freelancer, it's kind of one of the main things that you have to keep in mind, that you actually have to be a subject matter expert, and you always have to keep your skills upgraded. And don't just go into an interview call when you just half-heartedly know a particular technology or skills that they need. I have seen these kind of issues quite a lot. Like being an agency ourselves, I always make sure that we provide only expert level candidates for our clients, because that's what they rely on us for. And it has happened that I had to take a lot of times multiple interviews of my candidates before I can present them to my client, because a lot of times my the candidates who approach me, they are not really up to the mark in the initial interview rounds, and I have to really push them to upgrade their skill sets so that they are up for the job and are really an expert in that subject. So In my case, my candidates are kind of, you can say, a little lucky in that case, because they get multiple chances before their skills are upgraded. If you are contacting a client directly, you might not be that lucky, because you might just get one interview chance, and if the client figures out that you don't really have that kind of expertise that they are looking for, then that's your last chance with that client probably. So definitely always try to keep your skill sets up to date. Now, on the day of the interview, here are a few points that you should probably keep in mind. This might help you. First of all, assuming that all these things are happening remotely, like you're giving an interview call through some kind of a Skype call or a Google Meet or Zoom call like that. So the first thing that's really going to help you is to make sure that you have a good internet connection. I'll definitely say don't try to take the call over mobile. Try to take it on a laptop if you have. And try to see if you have got a good quality microphone. That definitely helps. And a good webcam, instead of relying on the laptop camera, which is not always of a top quality. I will say invest in a good quality webcam, which should at least support HD video on the fly. And definitely a fast internet, at least a 4G or so, if you are going to have a video call. Also, try to see if you can have your call in a quiet room. Like, don't try to take it from a cafe or any kind of a crowded place like that. Instead, try to see if you can take it in from some corner of your house, or if not house, let's say from a library. If you can, schedule a room from which is dedicated to you from your public library or any other such place where there is no disturbance. And during the time of the interview, please make sure that that much of time is kind of dedicated to this client. Please do not get into any other engagement, keep your phone on silent. Try to make sure that nobody disturbs you during that much of time. You should be absolutely in there for that call for that much of time. And few general tips, like keep your background plain, or at least good to look at. Don't take it in front of a kitchen sink for example. And also just pay a little bit of attention to your overall how you are presenting yourself also. So that's about it about the preparation for an interview. Try to be connected to the call at least 5 minutes or at least 2 minutes before the call begins, to make sure that your camera, your microphone, your internet connections, laptop, background, everything is checked well. Just make sure that nobody is walking in your background in that kind of during the interview call. It has to look a little bit more professional setup. And this kind of a buffer time actually helps you to make sure that everything is fine before the actual call starts. Also, this sets a very good example for your client if you are ready for the call even before they join in. Sometimes a client might get annoyed if you join a minute or two late after they have already joined the call. So it's always good to be a little early for the call. Now, when the call starts, there are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, try to look at the camera and talk. It definitely helps if your webcam is, let's say, just above the screen where you're looking at the client. I had, taken few interview calls of candidates wherein they had kind of multiple screen setups, and they had the camera on over one screen, and they were looking at me on the other screen. I was actually projected into the other screen. So imagine, if I am giving an interview call and I am looking this way and talking to you, it's really difficult to connect with you if I'm talking like this, right? So I should really be looking into the camera and talking to you so that I can connect well. And these kind of things, gives all kind of suspicions also to the client. They might be thinking that, okay, if they ask you a question, are you, trying to search it on the web and give an answer to it or so. So, just to get rid of all that, it's always good that you just place the webcam over the area where you're just directly looking at the client. And also during the call, don't hurry up on trying to answer a question. Always try to listen to the question first, try to understand what the client is asking for, and then give a good crisp answer. Clients always like answers which are well thought of and answered in few sentences. Like, if you just try to explain a concept in 10 sentences, which could have just been said in a sentence or two, that kind of sometimes annoys the client. So I'll say take your time, think well about the solution that you're trying to project, and talk about it in minimum number of words that you can explain to the client. And also, while you're talking about it, just kind of get some kind of a feedback from the client, if they are on the page with you, like if they are able to understand what you are talking about. Also, a lot of times it happens that you have to think about a solution before you actually speak to the client. During an interview especially, the client is trying to see how you think, so a lot of times it might also help to think aloud, like just talk about how you are trying to reach the solution. So you can say that, okay, if this is the problem, the first thing that comes to my mind is how do I divide this problem into this area and that area, and then what are the approaches I'll take to solve this, what is my approach to solve that. So while you are talking about this, the client actually gets some kind of an idea about your way of thinking, and that is very important, because that is especially what they are looking for in a candidate. So thinking aloud, you may not do it in your actual job, but it's good to do it during the interview. And you might just tell your client upfront that you are just trying to think aloud, so that they get some kind of an indication about how you're approaching the problem. So that also really helps. Now, after the client is done with asking all kind of questions that they want to evaluate you, they would definitely give a chance to you as well to ask back any kind of questions that you have for the client or the company. I'll say definitely take this opportunity to know more about the company and the work that you're going to do. So ask them about what is the project all about, what the domain is, what kind of expertise they are looking for, and what is the work pipeline like, for how long will you have this work, and what are the hours of operations that they are looking for. Are there any kind of constraints that they have, any special skills that they're looking for in the candidate. And that will actually definitely give you a much clearer picture about your engagement for this project. Because a lot of times, let's say a client is looking for full-time engagement, but you won't be able to give full-time as such. So it's always good to make these kind of things clear during the interview call itself. And just a general tip, like overall during the entire interview, you have to project yourself to convince the client that you are the one who is perfect for this job, provided you really are, because there will be a lot of candidates who are already lined up for interview, and you have to figure out what is it that you are bringing to the table, that what is your special relevant experience or any skill sets that you have that would help this job. And if those things have not yet been discussed, bring those things out yourself itself. Let's say if the client did not ask you about your relevant experience in that area, then bring it out yourself, that okay, you know what, I have done similar work in my previous experience, and this is the kind of work that I have done, and that might help in this project as well. That kind of gives a lot of confidence to the client with engaging you into the project. And lastly, definitely ask about your roles and responsibilities for the project. So yeah, that's all about how you can prepare for an interview, what are the things to keep in mind during the interview, and how to finish it off. And lastly, definitely end the interview call on a good note, like bid them goodbye and wish them well. That actually kind of shows good professional attitude from your side. So in fact, it might also help to do some kind of a mock interview. There are a lot of companies who actually, there are some service companies who actually do this at a cost. Like, they will take some kind of a mock interview for you to make sure that you are ready for such things, because a lot of us are introverts and we don't really have experience taking taking interviews as such, or like engaging into remote calls with clients. A lot of us get nervous talking about ourselves, so it's always good to get into this kind of practices. Like, it's always good to do some kind of mock exercises. Let's say if you are interested, even our company, Shunya Technologies, we do this kind of services as well, wherein we can take mock interviews for the candidate, and we can tell you about where you are lagging and where you have to improve a little bit more, so that you can present yourself more professionally during an interview call. So yeah, that's about it that we had for today. We were looking at how to prepare for an interview, what are the various things that you have to keep in mind during the interview, and how do you end it on a good note. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions related to how do you prepare yourself for a client interview, please definitely let me know, and I will try to answer it in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. See ya.